Guys, Yamoshi is in shock. Her ex-husband came back and hurt Beerus like never before, and to make matters worse, Beerus will find out that his Hakai is useless. You're going to see everything now, guys! But before that, the videos are getting a very nice average number of views, but you're not leaving the like. Come on! I want to see this video hit 3,000 likes. And as soon as it arrives, I guarantee I'm going to bring the next video in the sequence as soon as possible. So grab your popcorn and your soda, because this episode is epic! Come with me to the 7th universe. Currently in the 7th universe, more precisely in an isolated place within the village where Yuhiko was the elder, it was possible to see that some warriors were injured, like Beerus, who had a cut on his shoulder. A lot of blood came out of this wound. The god of destruction was not the only one who was injured like that. Son Goku and Vegeta had several cut injuries spread all over their bodies, and all of these injuries were made by Hiroki. And under their feet there was a pool of blood. Yamoshi, seeing all of that, was very irritated with Hiroki because he still had something that Yamoshi always hated, which was the fact that he was very possessive with the things that Hiroki thought belonged to him. And Yamoshi was part of the group of items that the Hiroki thought was his, and that made Yamoshi very angry. And in the past, like Yamoshi loved Hiroki, Yamoshi ended up accepting several of Hiroki's wrong attitudes, but now that they were no longer together, Yamoshi could stand to be treated that way, and because of that, her anger only increased, because even after years away from each other, Hiroki is still acting the same way he acted in the past. But now, Hiroki looked even more possessive and proud than he had in the past. Of all those present at that place, Whis could be considered the most surprised by the latest events, and what left Whis more surprised was the fact that Beerus was brutally injured by Hiroki. That was something unbelievable for the angel, because Beerus, since the day in which he became the god of destruction of the 7th universe, Beerus was never injured that way he had been injured by Hiroki. This was the first time that this happened to the god of destruction. Whis did not consider the battle against beings coming from another world like a true battle. After all, these beings did not belong to the natural order of their dimension. But Hiroki belonged to that dimension, and had hurt Beerus like never before. But not only that, but Hiroki's power was as strong as the power of Beerus, that even spending years being trained by Whis, the angel had never seen Beerus move as fast as light. Hiroki had already shown everyone that he was as fast as light. Only Whis could see the movement of the former Saiyan, who was one of the few who possessed the ability to move at a greater speed than the speed of light. Whis thought, Hiroki, he is more powerful than Mr. Beerus, and Hiroki can move at a speed greater than the speed of light. And the most incredible thing is that he's a Saiyan just like Goku, Vegeta, and Yamoshi. So Hiroki must be able to transform into a true Super Saiyan, thought the angel while analyzing everything that had happened at that moment, and mainly the level of threat that was ahead of him. To the unhappiness of Whis and everyone else, the angel could not get involved in the fight because Whis could be the one only who was in that place who was having the ability to face and defeat Yamoshi's ex-husband. Beerus thought, that bastard, he hurt me a lot. And that attack, it's the first time I bleed like that. But Hiroki isn't paying attention to me now, but to Yamoshi, so I can try to use my power of destruction. Thought the god of destruction, panting because of his wound that was overflowing with a lot of blood. Beerus, seeing the gap that Hiroki had left the god of destruction, concentrated his power of destruction and used his attack of destruction called Hakai, which ended up generating a large sphere of destruction that went at high speed towards Hiroki, destroying everything in front of him. And Hiroki, when he saw that attack, he tried to defend himself, and soon a great explosion of energy of destruction appeared, making everything around be thrown away, and that included the body of Goku and Vegeta that ended up being thrown away. But Yamoshi soon appeared next to both Saiyans and held them. Then Yamoshi went to the two Saiyans to Whis, where both Saiyans would be safe from attacks by Hiroki or any other warrior. Thanks to Beerus' attack, a huge smoke screen was created, but in a few seconds all the dust subsided, making everyone surprised to see that Hiroki's body had an aura of blue flame around it. These were the same flames that had surrounded the Kyu's body to defend him from Beerus' attack, who, upon seeing that, immediately understood what it meant. Beerus thought, those flames around Hiroki are the same flames that the fox used to neutralize my Hakai. So that means he's immune to my destruction power, and any other normal ki attack. So that means Hiroki can only be injured by physical attacks. I don't know how, but that bastard caught the damn fox's flames. But those flames are more powerful than my Hakai, thought the god of destruction, looking at Hiroki, who just laughed when he saw Beerus' shocked look. Hiroki said, I should kill you for attacking me from behind like a cowardly worm. But that shouldn't come as a surprise to me, since worms don't have honor, and wouldn't try to face someone superior to them head on. So just for that, you should die. Unfortunately, Kyu needs you alive for his plans. So today I'll let you live. But if Kyu wants to eliminate you in the future, that's up to him, not me. This worm called Beerus is all yours now, Kyu. So do what you want with him, said the Saiyan while looking at his fox-looking ally, who at the moment was drinking a bottle of wine he had taken on the planet of mercenaries that was the last bottle Kyu had. Kyu thought, it seems that Hiroki exaggerated a lot when performing that attack against the god of destruction, and if he had put a little more energy into the sword, Hiroki could have cut the body of the god of destruction in half, and that would be bad for me, so it's time for me to get the information I need about my brothers and sisters, and how I can travel between universes to reunite the rest of my family and friends. And I hope none of them try to do anything rash, thought the fox as he squeezed the bottle of wine that he was drinking as he finished drinking the liquid inside. Kyu squeezed the bottle hard enough to break the bottle easily, and then he started walking towards Beerus. Beerus, seeing Kyu approach him, the god of destruction started to fire several ki blasts mixed with the power of destruction, which were at high speed against Kyu. But all of Beerus' ki attacks upon contacting Kyu's body, they ended up becoming fragments of flames, and these attacks didn't affect the fox, that when seeing Beerus' failed attempts, Kyu ended up smiling with that. Kyu suddenly flexed his knees, and then disappeared only to reappear in front of Beerus, landing a punch to his abdomen, followed by a spinning kick to Beerus' face, causing the god of destruction to crash into a small mountain, and before Beerus could react, he felt his shoulder that was being injured by Hiroki. Now was being pierced by Kyu's claws that forced him to stay against the wall of the mountain they were on. Kyu spoke, I'll get straight to the point, so answer me as soon as possible. The beings that came from my dimension, where are they? Asked the fox as he tightened his claws in the flesh of Beerus' shoulder, who moaned in pain. Beerus spoke, Dead, said the god of destruction with a frown of pain and anger on his face. Kyu was shocked to hear such words, because all of those beings were his family and friends, so that made him very angry, to the point of making his claws catch fire, making Beerus scream in pain. With that, Kyu said, Because you killed them. Kyu asked in a furious tone, as his eyes changed with his anger. Beerus said, Because Daishinka, the high priest, ordered us to defeat and eliminate all beings coming from another dimension. But even if he hadn't given that order to us, I would hunt each one of you until I finish you all, said the god of destruction with an arrogant tone as he released his energy of destruction, forcing Kyu to retreat with his flames that were getting more intense than before, and all that because of his anger. With that, we'll end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes in the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on another day, guys.